What's up, everybody? This is the War Machine 225 coming at you live on a Sunday morning. First off, we're gonna talk about a few things that have been going on. JT Riley One put out a video about, I believe it was black men versus black women, strong black women are bitches, strong black men are bitches. And in that video, the women charged that men fear rejection, the men are vain, the men don't talk good game to them, the men disrespect them, the men are scared of them. They say that the women are tough all the time. They say that the men have small penis complexes or small dick complexes. They say that men have fucked up grills when they don't want to talk to them. They say that the men are intimidated by these women. They say that they put the women down to feel better about themselves. They say the men are disrespectful. They say that the men can't take being judged. They say that we need to step up our game. They say that they feel as though a stereotypical man can't handle it. And I'm going to address every single one of these points, and I'm going to break it down as quickly as I can. I'm going to do two videos. I'm going to do two of them. I'm going to address all of the things that the women said as far as the men, and then I'm going to address the things that the women said as far as the men were concerned. Alright, let's start this off. First off, the men fear rejection. It's true. All men fear rejection. Nobody likes people not liking them. I mean, it's just one of those things. Men have an innate fear when they approach any female. It doesn't matter who she is. And if they try to pursue that woman, they have a fear of rejection. I'll agree with that. Next on the menu, vanity. On the whole, men aren't really as vain as women are. You know, men, for the most part, a man can be 30 years old, 45 years old even, be fat, balding, have a little dick, all that. And it doesn't make a difference as long as he got a shitload of money in his pocket. Men, for the most part, don't worry about being vain. So I don't necessarily agree with that. Alright, third, talking game. Men, most men, a lot of men, aren't really all that great as far as talking game is concerned. Some men are, some men aren't. Me personally, I can talk to any female about any particular subject she wants to bring up. Religion, politics, government, it doesn't matter. I can talk about anything, and I can talk intelligently about anything. You know, at the same time, I think the criteria for a black woman choosing a mate needs to be a little bit more than just a guy that can talk game and a guy that can get into her panties. Subliminally, that might be what she wants, but is that really a good choice to make as far as someone that you're going to be relating with? Alright. Third, disrespect. Women feel as though men disrespect them. I'll agree with that. Black men disrespect black women all the time. They do it on these videos every day. You'll get no argument from me. Next, men are scared of strong black women. Some are, some aren't. That's cut and dry. I mean, some black men are, you know, scared of black women. They don't know how to approach them. They don't know how to talk to them. Some black men don't have very much in the way of education, so they don't know exactly how to come off to a female, you know, in an intelligent manner and express themselves. So I'll agree with that. They say black women act tough all the time. I'd have to disagree with that. Black women don't act tough all the time, but more often than not, black women feel as though they need to be, well, I won't say all, but a lot of black women feel as though they have to be strong and dominant, and for the most part, men don't like that. They don't like feeling as though they're being with a woman and talking with a female that they have to constantly battle and fight. I mean, you don't see an alpha male with an alpha female. It just doesn't work. Case in point, I'll give you Rick Fox and Vanessa Williams. Rick Fox and Vanessa Williams are both attractive people. Rick Fox is a handsome guy. I'm not gay or anything. I got a girl. She's pretty cute, and I love her to death. But Rick Fox, by all rights and means, is an attractive male. Vanessa Williams was Miss America. I mean, you can't deny that. The woman is fine. But at the same time, look at the egos that you have constantly going back and forth. You got a guy that thinks he's good looking. You got a woman that thinks she's good looking. Somewhere in the middle, it's just not going to work because both are vying for attention. And you can't have one guy that's an alpha male and a female that's an alpha female, because it's not going to work. Donald Trump never married anybody that was as rich as he was. He never did. And Donald Trump, like I said, I ain't gay, I ain't no punk. But Donald Trump never married a chick as rich as him. It just never happened. Those kind of relationships don't work out. So that's my take on it. Next on the menu, small penis complex. Personally, I got no problem with the size of my equipment. I never had any complaints. As a matter of fact, I often get asked for repeat performances. But some men that ain't exactly packing, they compensate by hating on females. It makes them feel masculine in order to show their masculinity, and they just have a fucked up way of showing it. They don't know how to express themselves and feel good about themselves. But everybody has that. I mean, men and women. Some women feel they fat. Some men feel as though, they're not tall enough, or they're not muscular enough, or they're not cut up enough, and it's just one of those things. I mean, everybody has something about themselves that they don't necessarily like. Doesn't matter who you are. Everybody has things that are issues as far as their appearance is concerned. So I can agree with that to a certain extent. I can't wholeheartedly agree with it. Alright. The next on the list. Men have fucked up grills and try and holler at you. Well, at the same time, I'll agree with that. Some guys look like shit on a brick. I'll just call it what it is. And they try and get in a female's face. If she don't want to be bothered, she don't want to be bothered. My thing is, ladies, if you don't want to be bothered, that's fine. But why do you have to hurt somebody's feelings in order to tell them that you don't want to be bothered? A simple, hey, look, I'm not interested is fine. Some women take it above and beyond the call of duty to hurt somebody's feelings. And that's not necessary. Y'all do that all the time, and I mean, it ain't exactly cool. I've seen it. I've been a party to it. I've watched women do it. It ain't cool. Y'all shouldn't do that. The next one, men are intimidated by women. Some men are, some men aren't. I kind of said that earlier. Some men are intimidated by the way women act. Some men ain't. I mean, I'm not intimidated by anybody. I can talk to anybody and I can tell them what I got to tell them, and they're either gonna like it or they ain't. That's just how it works. Some men can't take being judged. You're right. I'll agree with that. Some men need to step up their game. No, I'll disagree with that. All men need to step up their game. Every man needs to try and do better and better himself. If he's not striving to do better, he's doing a disservice to himself and everyone else. And finally, some men feel as though a typical man can't handle her. I'll agree with that one too. A lot of men can't handle a woman, or at least handle them right. Well, that's my time for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll be on part 2.